Hello, I'm Alex, and I like playing games that let you build things. I've been playing games that let you build things for quite a long time now, and got nothing really to show for it, because they're personal projects. They sit on your computer, no one sees them. But I like games that let you build things, and I like playing them, and I thought, let's show some off. Let's have a look at some, because they're good fun, they're good time sinks, um, and creative outlets, certainly for me anyway. Uh, Today's the first one we're going to look at is Townscaper, which is, I say a game, it's more of a toy. It's a little town building toy by a one-man development team, Oscar Stahlberg. Um, and for a one-man development team, it's a lovely little toy. So let's have a look. There are two controls. Left click plops down a brick. Right click gets rid of a brick. We have a grid here, as you can see. You can turn the grid on if I do this. So the grid is, it's a grid, but it's kind of randomly generated with these nice curves in and angles to give your town a little more flavour. So let's have a look. Let's turn the grid off for now. Zoom in. So the first block you place will be on the water, and it'll always be a sort of base brick, like a seawall, as you see there, a little bit of beach depending on the angle. And if you do oh lovely, if you do a single block, you get like a little bridge, a little archway there, so you can make canals and whatnot. Keep placing these around, they'll be randomly populated with manholes and little details. So let's create a street here to start, and choose a colour for our first house. Let's just go with a sort of a medium brown. Let's put it at the end here. So place those down with a satisfying plop. These lovely little graphics here, lovely cel shaded textured stuff. Already got some seagulls joining us. So yeah, that's the basics of it. Very simple, but you can create some elaborate stuff. You go up a second story, it will sort of change the look of the house, change the look of the roofs, and it all depends on what blocks you put next to each other. You can build out the side of blocks as well, so you can get these little archways. And you can just be really creative and free-flowing with the kind of things you make here. So we got our first little random house. Interesting shape. Let's do some more. Let's build in some... Ooh, double clicked in the wrong place there. We've got a weird... Yeah, not sure what that would be used for. Get rid of that. So it's got these lovely graphics. It's... there's no goal apart from what you set yourself. You know, do you want to fill up the grid? Do you want to make as tall as building as possible? Because obviously it's themed very much on sort of a coastal European village with this architecture and kind of the look and style of it. So depending on what you build and where, depends on what the roofs will look like on your building. If you build sort of a U-shaped building, you'll sometimes get little steps down, which is lovely. Do like that. So yeah, the roofs follow the shape of the building here. I think if we plop another one there, it'll go there. However, if we plop that there, it'll bring it out. But if you make a really irregular shaped roof, it'll turn into a terrace. And this allows you to build up different layers of height to your town, your village. Oh, wrong place. Get rid of it. Click them on the side here to bring them out. Ah, start with the star-shaped one. make a star-shaped tower. If you make a single block and keep it going a certain height, you'll get a sort of a spire roof on it, which is quite nice. As long as it's all the same colour. If you plop a different colour on top, it essentially then becomes a different building and it just becomes a house on a tower, which is odd, but then you put another one on and you get the tower spire, so that's nice. So let's go with this. Let's go back to that orange. Maybe this is our lighthouse, who knows? Oh, tiny little courtyard there. If you completely surround an area of land with buildings, you get these little gardens pop up, which is another nice feature. It's pretty much the only flooring types you can have in this is either the street or the garden area. But the garden area has to be enclosed. There's no way to have a garden area next to a road, sort of like a park. I think, to be honest, that's the only thing I'd like extra in this. I know I've seen lots of people saying, oh, can we have beach tiles and sand tiles? Can we have hills? Can we have this, that and the other? But I don't know. The City Skylines or SimCity for that, if you want to do that. I think this is just the beauty of the simplicity of, like I say, the limited blocks. There's only one kind of block, and that's left clicking and putting down a block, but it's all about how you put them together, how you can figure out what you're doing. That's a nice curve on that grid there. Ooh. What can we put here? A couple of, like a pier coming out. Oh, are these going to meet? These are going to meet, aren't they? Let's keep clicking. It's the beauty of the grid as well. If you have the grid off, you don't really know where your roads are going to go or where your buildings are going to go until you plop them down. So if you like it a little more free flow rather than knowing or planning what you're going to build. Right, purple house, of course. Purple's the best colour. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, things like that. A single block of a different colour in the middle on the roof of a building of another colour, and you get a spire poking out of the roof. Let's get another one. So what we got here? Make this some kind of weird boathouse thing. Of course, another thing you can do is, for the most part, I've been building off the top of things here, but if we click on the side of this one, it builds out and over the water. Nice I-beam there to hold it all up. And yeah, you can make these sort of, courtyards of, well, I mean, you can place down blocks in there to make a courtyard, but I quite like it with the, I don't know, some water in there, maybe some boats, a bit of fishing out the window. Let's go up another story. Nice shape on it actually, looks like a boat. You could sort of craft a boat out of that. So we've got a weird shaped building here. Let's take another colour, this sort of cranberry red. And you can just make all sorts of interesting shaped buildings, weird. I haven't tried this yet. I'm assuming we can make a building float. No. I think there's a way of making buildings float. I've seen it in pictures. But yes, if you take a block out, it replaces it with metal struts to hold it in. Let's plop that back. Different colour now. That looks like some kind of ice lolly. Oh, we can see through the gap there. That's quite nice. It is. Let's get rid of it. Rrr. It's becoming some sort of seaside hotel now. Nice look over the bay. Let me pop out here. Let's build these up. Let's build some sort of tower. Ruin the view from the hotel now, but Oh well. I'm sure they'll cope. Let's go for a nice cyany teal sort of colour for the in-betweeny bits there. Let's have a mezzanine at this point. If we click there and in there, and hopefully if I click on the back of that one, yes. Balcony mezzanine thing. So you can do all sorts of little creative bits and pieces in this. Obviously the style of it, it's, you know, traditional, fairly European-ish. But if you want to build a big skyscraper, I guess you can. Put down some sort of floor plan for it. Just do it from this view and click, and you can see the shadow just... So yeah, make yourself a tower block, make yourself some skyscrapers. Give it a flat roof, and we can go in one and make it sort of tapered as it goes up. Lots of frantic mouse clicking in this game as well. Let's make that a nice green balcony level. I say nice green, it's not that nice a green. Well, depends if you like green. Oh, that needs to... That's begging for one of the telescope binocular things on that point. God, I wouldn't like to climb those ladders. Wow. It actually has an escape hatch under it. So you can leave this room and just abseil down there, climb down the ladder. That looks absolutely hideous. Let's get rid of all of that. That's the beauty of it. You can just right click it out of existence. And you can get some weird and wonderful shapes on the grid. Let's turn the grid back on, let's find... Oh yeah, that's another thing I think is new for this recent update. You can change the position of the sun and the height of the sun. Oh, okay, that's background. Ooh. Ooh, that's nice. Architectural layout, concept render style. Cloudy sky or more 3D model-y without the shading or the lighting. Ooh, nighttime, that's not... Oh wow, okay. Haven't seen that happen yet. This is new. Oh, that's pretty. Be exploiting that later. Right. We've got interesting... Ah, here we go. Come on, camera, move where I want you to. Six-pointed star tower. You can make the Patronus towers with this bit. Okay, so the roof of the red one stays separate from the roof of the blue ones in the middle. Yeah, you can get some weird building designs here. Let's pop in a park or something. Try and make a park-esque type area, given the current limitations. Just want some green in the town. I'd love to be able to just click and drag a whole line of blocks into existence, but you can't. You have to click each individual one. But that's fine because it makes some lovely noises as you do. Right, so if we put a line of buildings around the edge here, let's make them different colours to vary it up a bit. A couple of different heights. Oh, wrong place again. Weird stub building there. And where else? Right, around here. I'm just filling this corner, and there we go. Completely enclosed. It becomes gardens, hedges, giant butterflies. And the seagulls now have butterflies to feed on. They won't have to nick everyone's chips. So yeah, this is Townscaper, and it's a £5 on Steam right now. I don't know if it's available in any other places. I think it's just Steam at the moment. Works on Windows and Mac, I believe. But yeah, it's a great little time sink. You can save your towns out. As you can see, screenshots, it's all here. Yeah, nice reflections as well. I think those are fairly new. It's a really pretty game, and it's a lovely little time sink. You can make all sorts of crazy, weird, wonderful things. There's no people or anything. There's no cars. It's just ye olde worldy seaside village. That's another thing. It'd be good if there was a map that was just sort of all already filled out with a base, so you can craft onto that rather than having to. If you want a city or if you want a town that isn't coastal, as it were. But that's the only thing. Other than that, it's great little fun to play, and you can make some really interesting looking, crazy looking buildings. So yeah, it's a £5 and well worth it at that price. So yeah, who knows? We'll maybe make another one of these. Have a look at some other games that let you build things. See you later. Bye.